Hey, Wimmer World Entertainment, and now that we're seeing Joker Folie à Deux absolutely collapse at the box office, being the fact that it was a sequel made purely out of greed because it was Warner Brothers saw, oh wow, the first one made over $1 billion, we need to move forward with a sequel, especially seeing as they were dumb enough not to invest in the first movie, so they didn't really get any money back from what that movie made. Well, there's another movie that smashed the $1 billion mark, and of course, they are now talking about wanting to do a direct sequel to that movie. And that movie, of course, is Deadpool and Wolverine. So no, we're not looking at it being a Deadpool 4, we're looking at it being Deadpool and Wolverine 2. And it's basically Marvel looking at it, saying, oh, it smashed $1 billion, we need to move forward. Now, this is only a rumor at this stage, but I think the way the industry is, I think we can put some actual credence into this and go, yeah, it's probably likely that they will be planning to do a sequel. So, this comes from My Time to Shine, who seems to just fire all this stuff out all the time, and it's saying the project is unlikely to be in development stages yet, but discussions that he claims are underway. So let's have a look at this. So it says Sean Levy's superhero team up is now the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time and is actually still breaking records. After debuting on digital platforms on October 1st, Deadpool and Wolverine became the best-selling R-rated movie of all time in its first week of availability domestically. So that's interesting. I also think it's interesting to say best-selling when, if it's on digital, you're not basically only renting it. Like, if you're buying it digitally, you're not really owning it because they can still take it away from you. That's the issue. Buy physical media, people. So it says the movie also passed Avengers' $622 million domestic haul to become the 5th biggest comic book movie ever in the US, and climbed higher in the ranks of the highest grossing movies of all time worldwide, having officially grossed over $1.31 billion globally. Deadpool and Wolverine passed Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, it's not going to be hard, is it, to become the 21st highest grossing movie ever. Though we are expecting the Merc with a Mouth and Logan to join forces again in Avengers Secret Wars, a direct follow-up to Deadpool and Wolverine was probably inevitable given these numbers. Both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have expressed interest in returning during interviews, but were careful not to suggest that anything was actually in the works. Why would they? That's simply saying, oh, of course I want to stay playing the character and stuff. And that's while they were promoting the movie. They're hardly going to turn around in the middle of the production and go, oh, I hate this thing, I hope they never come back to this. Sort of like Daniel Craig used to do with James Bond when, he sat there and said, I'd rather cut my wrists than do another James Bond. And then we got his last James Bond, and it was like, you probably should have done what you said you wanted to do rather than this, because Jesus. But it's interesting as well that they're hinting that, oh, they're bringing Deadpool and Wolverine into Secret Wars. Because, and this is what's funny, it really leans into the joke that that Deadpool says to Wolverine is like, which is basically meant to be Ryan Reynolds saying it to Hugh Jackman, they're going to have you playing this part until you're 90. And the funny thing is, the longer they drag these characters out, the harder it's going to be for them to recast it in the future. Because people are just going to go, yeah, I want to see more of them, not them played by other people. So then it just gives all the crap about why it's R-rated and blah blah blah, and then it gives it the synopsis. So it says, in addition to Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman in the title roles, Deadpool and Wolverine will see Monica blah blah blah. So that's just all the crap we already know. So that is basically all the information that they've put in here actually regarding this rumor, but is it the right move to make? And personally, after seeing what's just happened with Joker Folie à Deux, you would have to say no. Just because it smashed $1 billion doesn't mean your next one's going to, because this was the first time you actually put the two characters the way they're meant to be in the movie together. So the novelty of that is already gone. You know, putting them in another movie together, it's probably going to do well, but it's probably not going to do that well. Especially seeing what happens with the next bunch of movies. Like, Agatha, look, is a disaster. As much as all the shows want to say it's not, the numbers are great and all this crap, it's actually not. It's not even on the Nelson charts anymore, I don't think. It's dropped off, and it was never even in the top 5. It's a disaster. The ratings for it are a disaster. The next movie, of course, is Captain African American Man. You know, that has to smash $1 billion. It's not going to get close to $1 billion. It's probably not even going to get close to $500 million, and looks to be an absolute disaster. Then Thunderbolts, and they're trying to say Thunderbolts is actually going to be good and stuff, and oh look how well the trailer's doing, even though they were removing dislikes and comments to protect. You telling me the Thunderbolts, without a single actual member of the Thunderbolts, is the movie people are looking forward to? Press X to doubt on that. Then of course you still have Ironheart to come out and all of this stuff. And then if they drop the ball with Avengers Secret Wars, that will damage these two characters. Personally, I don't think you should be putting these two characters in that movie. I don't think you should be using Deadpool in the overall MCU the way people think they're going to. They probably will. I don't think they should. I think it should be left alone to be its own thing outside of that, where it can take the piss out of it. But after seeing Joker fall apart because they rushed into wanting a sequel, oh, it's made $1 billion, we need a sequel. If this rumor's true, then Marvel are doing the exact same thing. It's a reaction. Oh, it made $1 billion, we need to put the two of them together again. The whole problem is, by the time you actually put the two of them together again, what kind of state is Marvel actually going to be in? That's a problem. It's going to be interesting. To be honest with you, it's one of those rumors. It's easy to believe, but at the same time, would they be going in that direction? And the reality is, they probably are looking to do another one. It's going to be interesting. And who's to say that Hugh Jackman will even be willing to come back? There's a good possibility that they say, we want you back, and he says, no, I'm done with the character. That's it. We'll have to wait and see what actually happens with this, and see if more news comes out. So with that, I will leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.